everybody, my name is Sera Jo. This week I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another live session in music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, music theory, keyboard skills, chord progressions, and contemporary voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started. Well, thank you, Sera Jo, for sharing your practice vlog. Yeah, Sera Jo was practicing a Otmaro Ruiz solo transcription of his album Sojourn. The solo transcription belongs to the song Living Pictures. And yesterday I was talking to Otmaro. I went to one of his masterclass seminars, and it was great to see him. And also I would like to talk a little bit about my journey with getting to know Otmaro. Many years ago when I was teaching at Berkeley, one of my students came running and says, "Carlos, you have to hear this pianist. He's a Venezuelan pianist, and he's playing in this album with Gino Vanelli, Yonder Tree. Is amazing, it's mind-blowing." So I went and I checked the album. And I was, wow, I thought that was his solos, This is one of the jazzy, more albums of Gino Vanelli in which he explores, different areas of jazz, and he hired Branford Marsalis and Gino and Otmaro Ruiz and other great session musicians. Okay. So then later on, when I moved to Los Angeles. Yeah, I happened to meet Otmaro. Yeah, I went to a local club. Yeah, in the Valley in Studio City, and there was Otmaro playing. And then I introduced myself, and we started a friendship, and it has lasted until today. Yeah, and a great source. I have a great admiration for Otmaro. And another album, one of his latest albums is Elemental, done with another friend of mine, Jimmy Brantley, and great former bass player of Yellow Jackets, Jimmy Haslip. So that's another album to check out. Yeah, and also Sera Jo, she was obsessed with that solo. She transcribed the whole solo and then she was learning it. Yeah, which is quite an accomplishment in my opinion. Okay, so now it's time to do our own practice. Yeah, and let's warm up with a chromatic scales. Let me turn on the lights a bit more. Okay, I think, let me see. Okay, I think this is better. Yeah, let me zoom in. I want to work today with, we're going to warm up with chromatic scales in the key of E. Yeah, that's a great warm up. Okay, if we only have 2 or 3 minutes, probably that's what I would do. So we're going to play and sing at the same time. Yeah, we're using movable do. Yeah, we're going to take this through all 12 keys. Yeah, every week in a different key. Here we go. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Yeah, if you can sing, see, I'm just singing in my comfortable middle register. Okay, so now we're going to take it to another level. Yeah, so now we're going to use traditional key signatures. I want to go back and forth between open keys and traditional key signatures. There are 2 different ways of reading music now these days. Okay, so but now with traditional key signatures, we're going to take it, we're going to go to another level also in our practice. We're going to touch the keys, but we're not going to play them, but we're going to sing the notes like this. Do, di, re. Okay, so here we go. And do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Okay, so far so good. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, so, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, and now let's move to bass clef. Bass clef. So we're gonna play a major triad. Major triad is pedal. And now we're going to play a bass line. We're going to sing. We're going to sing the chromatic scale in E. Here we go. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, so, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, so that was, no, we have to do one more thing. I would like to now move on to traditional key signatures with a chromatic scale. And we're going to use the same process. We're going to play a triad. And we're going to touch the keys, but we are not going to play them. We're going to sing. Let's see, that kind of proves if we can hear those notes better. So here we go. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, what a nice warm-up. What a nice warm-up. So we're going to continue now with ear training. Now let's move on to our core practice of ear training. We're gonna work with single notes in a major key. So, and the way we're gonna practice is we're gonna play major triads. We're gonna change keys all the time, so we activate our musical long-term memory, and we're gonna sing those notes. The do, and this do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. I have them descending. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re. So, yeah, so that's gonna be our practice for today. Why don't we start? Key of G. Then we're gonna sing do. And let's move to another key of B. Second one, T. T. I'm gonna wait for a couple seconds so you get an opportunity to sing this note. Let's go to A flat. Now we're gonna sing La. La. And let's move on. Let's go to D flat. And we're gonna sing Sol. Sol. Okay, moving on. Let's go to D. And we're gonna sing Fa. Fa. And moving on, we're gonna go to the key of E flat. We're gonna sing Mi. Oops, maybe let's go to another key. Let's go to the key of G. We're gonna sing Mi. Mi. And one last one. Let's go to G flat. I'm gonna sing Re. Re. Okay, this is a great warm-up, yeah? And especially once we start taking it to other levels in which we start combining different chord and scales, yeah? So we can explore all different type of modal centers exactly in the same way. So now, moving on, I wanna do intervals. Okay. So we're gonna do diatonic sixth intervals. Oh boy. We have been building little by little to get here, yeah? So through all my other classes. So I'm gonna play a major triad, or we're gonna play a triad to establish a key center. And then we're gonna sing the intervals in the top row, yeah? So we have a do, la, re, ti, mi, do, fa, re, sol, mi, la, fa, ti, sol. And we're changing keys all the time, yeah? Every example, we're in a different key. So that has different purposes. One is we're always activating our long-term memory, you know, bringing things from the hard drive, yeah? And the other one, also on the piano, we're learning to visualize and feel very comfortable, yeah, in all 12 keys. Yeah, and then of course we take that ability and then we go and feel very comfortable in all 12 minor modes, all 12 harmonic modes, all 12 all altered in hybrid scales, in all keys, yeah? And we do that using visualization techniques and also using movable do solfege. Those are our two mega tools. So why don't we start? I'm gonna go to the key of B flat. We're gonna sing do la ascending. I'm gonna wait for a couple seconds. Do la. Okay, we got it. Let's go to the key of D. We're gonna sing the next one, re ti. Re ti. Moving on, we're gonna go to key of G. We're gonna sing mi do ascending. Mi do. Okay, got it. And moving on, let's go to D flat. I'm gonna go to the next one, fa re ascending. Fa re. Fa re. And let's go to the key of B. We're gonna sing sol mi ascending. Sol mi. And moving on, let's go to F, key of F, and we're gonna sing La Fa ascending. La Fa, La Fa. And moving on, we're gonna go to the key of A. We're gonna sing T Sol ascending. T Sol again. T Sol. Now we're gonna explore a diatonic 6 descending on the second row. So we're gonna sing Do Mi, Re Fa, Mi Sol, Fa La, Sol Ti, La Do, Ti Re. Okay. So here we go. Let's go to the key of A flat. Yeah, and we're gonna sing Do Mi descending. Do Mi again. Do Mi. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna go to key of B. We're gonna sing Re Fa descending. Yeah, Re Fa. Re Fa again. Re Fa. And let's move on to another key. Let's go to the key of F. The key of F. Yeah, we're gonna sing Mi Sol. Mi Sol descending. Mi Sol again. Mi Sol. And let's move on. Let's go to the key of B flat. Key of B flat, we're gonna sing Fa La, Fa La. Fa La again. Fa La. And moving, let's go to the key of C. Key of C, we're gonna sing Sol Ti, Sol Ti. Sol Ti again. Sol Ti. And moving on, we're gonna go to G flat. G flat, we're gonna sing La Do descending. La Do. La Do again. La Do. And let's go to another key. Let's go to the key of B. The key of B, we're gonna sing Ti Re descending. Ti Re again, key of B. Ti Re. Okay, that was our ear training workout for the week. We started with the single notes. Single notes are very important because to the degree that we really can hear those single notes, we can hear all the, every note of a scale in relationship to a key and recall it effortlessly. Yeah, then we can take that ability to construct any type of intervals, melodies, chord sequences. Yeah. So, and now let's move on. I want to continue working with scales, but I want to take scales to another level. Okay. So I don't want to do chromatic scales. We already did that. We are going to work with modes, but we're going to work with altered modes. Altered modes or modes of the melodic minor scale. I'm going to work them in something called modal interchange. Yeah, so every mode that we're going to do is going to be on the same key, in this case at the key of C. Yeah, but every week we're going to take all our altered mode families, and we're going to start and we're going to learn to sing them and play them and then do chord pairing in all different keys. So this is quite a workout. Yeah. So let's start. Yeah. Today, first class with melodic minor, because before we did major modes. Okay. So we're gonna start with melodic minor, and we're gonna sing the scale. So let me see if I even can zoom in a bit more. Let me see if I can. Yeah, that's even better. Yeah, because you really need to see the scale. Yeah, that's much better. So here we go. We're gonna sing. Do, re, mi. Okay, sorry. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And we're gonna do something called a cluster technique, in which we are going to play the lower 4 notes and then the upper 4 notes, yeah, of a scale, of any scale. So here we have lower 4 notes, upper 4 notes, and we just hold them down so we can visualize, yeah, learn to visualize this scale. And now we're gonna let's do the let's sing it again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Together. Cluster. Now, chord pairing. With this scale, we can use a minor major 7 chord, minor 6 chord, minor major 7 chord with a 9th, minor 6 chord with a 9th. We can use a minor major 7 chord 11 9th, minor 6 11 9th. And also we could use a minor major 7, like in this case 13 11 9. And we're going to move on to our next mode, next altered mode. In this case, we have the Dorian flat 2. That would be the second mode of a melodic minor. So if I'm going to start in C, actually this would be a second mode. So this one will be related to B flat melodic minor. B flat melodic minor. So, but we're going to start in C. And in C, we have a Do, Ra, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. Lower 4 notes, upper 4 notes. We're going to rest and visualize. Let's visualize this scale. 5 seconds, I tell my students, we're going to meditate. And we're going to visualize this object. Okay, so now we're gonna see chord pairing. We have 2 families of chord pairing. We have a minor family and we have a dominant sus4 family. Yeah, and both can be paired with this scale. So why don't we start? We can pair this scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We can pair with a minor 7, also minor 7 11, and even minor 7 11 and 13. That's very interesting. And we also can pair it with sus4 chords. And when we do, we give it kind of a dominant flavor. Yeah, so we can pair this scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, with the sus4, sus4 flat 9, sus4 flat 9 13, sus4 sharp 9, and I didn't have space there, but we can also use a dominant sus4 sharp 9 with the 13th. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, and we're gonna move on. Let's move to the third mode, Lydian sharp 5, also called Lydian augmented. It's the third mode of melodic minor. So this mode would be related, if it's in C, would be related to a melodic. So we're gonna start on C, on the third. Do, re, mi, fi, si, la, ti, do. Lower 4 notes, upper 4 notes. We're gonna meditate, we're gonna contemplate. Yeah, this shape. Okay, now chord pairing. What can we do? We can pair this scale with a major 7 flat 5, major 7 sharp 5, major 7 flat 5 with a 9th, major 7 sharp 5 with 9. We could pair it a major 7 flat 5, 9 and flat 13. Yeah, so now we are defining this note, the C, the G sharp. Yeah, instead of calling it a sharp 5, we're gonna call it a flat 13. So we're making it into an extension. Yeah, so those are tricks that we do in chord scale harmony. So now there is a chord that I forgot, yeah. There is no excuse that I didn't have space, I just forgot. So if I have a major 7 sharp 5, I can add a 9, but then this note, which in this case F, F sharp, I'm gonna call it a G flat. Yeah, so, no, never mind. It's not G flat, I'm still gonna call it an F sharp. Why? Because I'm gonna see it as a sharp 11. Yeah, a sharp 11. And this is gonna work if my chord tone becomes a sharp 5. So I have root, 3, sharp 5, 7, 9, sharp 11. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, and those are chord scale pairings that we need to explore in our music. Okay, one of the most popular chord scale pairings that we have here. Lydian dominant. Also at Berkeley, Lydian flat 7. That's how I knew it. It's the fourth mode. So this mode in C would be related to G. Yeah, to G melodic minor. But we're gonna play this mode on that scale on the 4th degree. So we're gonna start. Do, re, mi, fi, sol, la, te, do. And that's our mode. Lower 4 notes, upper 4 notes. And we're gonna meditate. Yeah, we're gonna meditate on this shape. Now, chord pairing. We can connect this chord or this scale with a dominant 7, dominant 7, 9, dominant 7, sharp 11, 9, and dominant 7, 13, sharp 11, 9. Okay, very cool chord pairing. And let's move on. We're gonna go to the Mixolydian flat 6. Mixolydian flat 6 is the 5th mode of the melodic minor scale. So if we're in the key, if we're on C, this mode would be related to F, melodic minor. We're gonna start on C. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Lower 4 notes, upper 4 notes. Good. And then chords. We're gonna pair this with a dominant chord and with a dominant 9th. Yeah, so those are our possibilities. I'm not gonna go into the logic and reasoning why. That would be going into chord scale harmony, and that's a completely different class. Yeah, but we are gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Okay, so this is one of my favorite modes. Locrian natural 9 or Locrian sharp 2. I know here in LA people call it Locrian sharp 2. At Berkeley we call it Locrian natural 9. There is a whole reason for this, but I'm not gonna go into it. Okay, so Locrian natural 9 is the 6th mode. 6th mode of the melodic minor mode. So it's related to E melodic minor. No, it's related to E. Oops, what am I saying? What am I saying? No, that's not correct. That's not correct. Oh boy, what a blooper. Okay, C, Locrian natural 9 is related to E flat, E flat, E flat. E flat, melodic minor. Yeah, E flat, melodic minor. Okay, and from E flat, melodic minor, yeah, we're gonna start from the 6. And we're gonna start with this mode. Do, re, mi, fa, si, le, ti, do. Lower 4 notes, upper 4 notes. And that's our mode. Yeah, our mode. And chord pairing. We can pair this chord with a minor 7 flat 5, minor 7 flat 5, 9, minor 7 flat 9, 11, and minor 7 flat 5, 11 flat 13. We can have this very beautiful sonority. Yeah, if we have even a 2-5-1, we can take advantage of this 9. Yeah, and we can even take advantage of all the extensions. Yeah. Yeah, so very, very, very nice mode to use. And then the last mode, probably one of the most popular of the melodic minor group, is the altered, also called the superlocrian. That's more like a classical term. And it's the related, is the 7th degree. Yeah, so if I'm in the key of C, we would be relating this mode to C sharp. C sharp, melodic minor. Okay, so there is just a trick here. If we're in C sharp melodic minor, probably this shouldn't be a C altered. Yeah, I use it just for pragmatical purposes because, you know, everybody uses a C altered. But if we want to be very precise, especially in a theory class, we should call this a B sharp altered mode. Yeah, and maybe I'll use the correct and harmonic spelling in another class. Okay, but just for now, practically, yeah, we have a. And why is it called an altered scale? Let's look. You know, from the 2nd to the 7th degree, every note is flattened. Yeah, we have a flat 2, flat 3, flat 4, flat 6, flat 5, flat 6, flat 7. Everything is flat. We cannot touch the roots because otherwise we end up in a different scale. Yeah, but so we have a do, ra, mi, fa, si, le, ti, do, and we have a altered scale on C. Let's meditate on it. Lower 4 notes, upper 4 notes. We have that shape. Let's just stay there. Let's rest for a few seconds on that shape. Now, this is one of the most interesting scales that I know in relationship to chord pairing. We're gonna go through 2 type of, 2 different ways of defining this chord. One would be if I pair this chord with a dominant flat 5. And that's gonna give me a whole set of extensions. And then if I pair this chord with a dominant sharp 5, it's going to give me a completely different set of extensions. Yeah, and some players may say, hey, you know, but they kind of sound similar. Well, they should sound similar because you're using the same chord and scale relationship. But nevertheless, yeah, for a composer, composers sometimes they can be very picky, yeah, about the meaning that they give to their structures. And why are they picky? Because they are handling very large structures mentally in their pieces. So they need an organizational force that allows them to kind of give meaning to their inspirations, to intuition. So intuition always comes first, but then you have something else in the background giving almost like a logical meaning to everything. Otherwise, everything kind of can collapse. Yeah. Okay. So we have a dominant flat 5. In this dominant flat 5, we're going to expand it. Yeah, and we're going to go through another session. I want to go through chords and using this. Yeah, we're going to expand. We can pair this with a flat 9. We can pair this dominant flat 5 with a sharp 9. If we pair this chord with a flat 9, we can have a flat 9 flat 13. Very interesting chord. And if we pair this chord with a sharp 9, we can have a sharp 9 flat 13. Okay, now I'm gonna go with the other root. I'm gonna pair this scale with a dominant sharp 5 dominant sharp 5, I also can have a flat 9 and a sharp 9. But if I have a flat 9, I can add a sharp 11. And if I have a sharp 9, I also can add a sharp 11. And I end up with those two structures. Okay. And of course, we have all those different ways of emphasizing and naming, naming those chord extensions. Okay, so since we're working with altered, I want to go into altered scale. Yeah, oops, what did I do? Okay, no, that's not it. Okay, and I need more space. Okay, this is better. Okay, so here we have a very innocent major flat 5 triad. And we're going to expand this triad using tertial harmony. We're going to stack thirds, one on top of the other, always having a chord scale in the background. Yeah, so I have a major flat 5. I'm going to expand my first third to the dominant 7. And I end up with the dominant 7 flat 5. Now, I'm going to have an altered scale in my mind as a background, because I could have very well a whole tone scale, a different scale in the background, but I will choose to have an altered scale. So if I have an altered scale, then I can have a flat 9 and I can have a flat 13. So I have a flat 5, flat 7, flat 9, flat 13, and this is how I come up with this chord on my right. Yeah, and now we're gonna move on with the same scale, but a different third stacking. Yeah, so different type of third stacking. I'm gonna start with a major flat 5. So the first two chords are the same. Then I'm gonna stack a dominant 7 on top, but now I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go to a sharp 9 instead of a flat 9, sharp 9. And on top of the sharp 9, I'm going to put a flat 13. And I'm going to end up with this very rich voicing. You can configure voicings in so many different ways. Yeah, this is another project. When I was at Berklee, okay, time for story. When I was at Berklee as a student, one of the things that I observed is that I had two sets of players and teachers that I admire very much. One were the jazz players, and the other one the jazz composers. Nevertheless, their lives and the way they approach music was very different. Most of the players, they were not interested in all the, I wouldn't say philosophical, but in the whole science, of chord scale harmony and all the, because they were interested in playing. I want to play this blues, I want to play this song, I want to jam with this line. That's where the world. And of course, then if those were their interests, then their needs just reflected their desires. So they were satisfied. Okay, just give me this A and B voicing. And I'm happy with this. Don't make my life more complicated. So, nevertheless, jazz composers, of course, they're absolutely not satisfied with that. They want to explore. They want to explore their harmony, their sound palettes to the limits, and they're going to spend their whole lifetime doing that. And of course, because that's their desires, they're not going to have time to play. Because they have to spend so much time, exploring, their music, and now these days with the DAWs, but back in my early days with pen and music paper. So when I was teaching at the Cornell School of Contemporary Music, because I had a double major. I was majoring in jazz piano, and also I was majoring in jazz composition. And I had a third major. I also was majoring in classical composition, and I was doing everything I could. And sleeping as little as I could. Okay. Anyways, but then what I did a very interesting course in which I tried to take all my chord scale harmony explorations, but adapt them to keyboard, which I thought it was extremely useful, especially now these days. You know, I just purchased this amazing SWAM audio modeling, a virtual instrument library, and I'm like, whoa, I'm like a kid in a toy store, yeah, and this new plugin called Divisimate that allows me to even set up my divisis, you know, when I play the piano. So I play this chord, but I can send this to the cello, this note to the bass, this cello, the second violin, and this first violin, and I can just do amazing things, yeah. In order to do that, of course, I'm using keyboard as my medium, yeah. So something like chord scale harmony, taken to that level, yeah, but then apply it to the keyboard instead of just having as a strict orchestration, advanced orchestration medium. I think it's extremely beneficial, extremely useful, at least for me, yeah. So that's what I wanna explore, if life allows me, and time allows me, and health allows me. Yeah, so I would like to explore that as much as possible here in my webinars. Okay, so now we explore our flat fives. Why don't we finish? I want to explore, have two more, and then I want to do some Latin piano. Yeah, okay. Let's explore our augmented triad. So I have my augmented triads. I have an altered scale as my background. Yeah, I have my augmented triads. I'm gonna add a dominant 7. I'm gonna add the flat 9. And then, because I have a G sharp, but now G sharp is a chord tone, I cannot have G sharp with a dual identity as a chord tone and is an extension. I'm going to have it as a chord tone only. So then my F sharp becomes an extension and it becomes a sharp 11. So I end up with this chord. Chord tones, sharp 5, extension, sharp 11. I know, I was confused the first time that I started to study this, but I hope that this medium is going to be more graphic, yeah, and easier to visualize. Okay, so one more, and then we're moving to some Latin piano, so I can get into some groove and some having some fun with some tambora, guira patterns. Okay, let's work again with our augmented triad. Now I'm going to add a flat 7. To the flat 7, I'm going to add now a sharp 9. Into my sharp 9, I'm going to add a sharp 11. And I end up with this chord. Yeah, so now my sharp 5 becomes a chord tone. So that gives me space to have a sharp 11 as an extension. And I also want to have a sharp 9. Okay, so this is something actually, it's homework. I'm teaching at the Los Angeles College of Music. One of the homeworks I have my students, I give them this as a template. Okay, see, you have to write it in all 12 keys. Okay, tomorrow, homework. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, in this way, by doing this over and over again, it kind of percolates. It kind of, yeah, no, we embody all those forms and shapes. Yeah, and that becomes part of just our way of thinking. Yeah, we can visualize it without any effort. Good. So now, time for Latin piano. I want to do some merengue piano. Okay, here we go. We're gonna work with this example number 4 from page 59 of my book, Merengue Piano Styles. And this pattern is in pambiche style. So remember, we have two styles, derecho, pambiche. And those two styles have a gazillion of substyles, many substyles, yeah, but pambiche, syncopated, yeah, good for chorus. Yeah, so we always can use the derecho style for the verse. We introduce the song and then pambiche, boom, boom, when we want to take the song to another level, with feeling. So let's see. Yeah, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky, but let's, no problem. What are we gonna do? Here we have, okay, let me get my face. Testing, okay. So we're gonna go through this whole piece, or this whole pattern. And one moment, let me. Okay, so here we are in the key of C. In the key of C, and in the key of C, we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the 1, to the 5, to the 6, and then to the 4. Yeah, so we have C, G, A minor, and F major. And then we have this pattern, piano pattern. We're gonna start on the 3rd of the chord tombre, on the Mi. Mi, then we go to Re, Do, and then in F, Do, Re, Mi. So we have this very interesting line. 3, and. Okay, good. So why don't we practice with the video? Let's play again. Yeah, let's practice. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sabor. Okay, sorry for that. I couldn't resist. Yeah, that brings me memories. When I was, playing salsa and merengue every night, and we're dancing and playing. The crowd was going wild. Yeah. So, anyways, that brings me great memories. I did that for so many years. So now we're going to. Take this pattern down a bit to 180 beats per minute, so it's more playable. And let's practice together. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and now we're gonna practice, but with bass and percussion only. Yeah, so please pay attention to the bass and the percussion, especially percussion. Yeah, we have three main elements. We have the guira, which is different than the guiro. Yeah, guiro we're gonna find in Cuban and Puerto Rican music. Yeah, but guira we're gonna find in the music of Dominican Republic. Yeah, the instrument is a little bit different. Yeah, the guiro can be made of wood or a big gourd seed. Yeah. And it has to me, it has a softer sound. Yeah, guira is a super harsh sound. Yeah, it's usually originally. Now we have the LP guiras, but originally, my Dominican friends, they used to tell me, no, I used to get those cookie metal cases, and then after that you take a hammer and you take a nail and you make your guira, and that's it. Yeah, and those are the traditional guiras. I still have a couple of those traditional guiras. Yeah, and back in my days, then I got my friends to the studio to sample them. Okay, I want you to play guira for me, and then actually those samples that I got back when I was working as a producer in Boston are the ones great players. Yeah, the ones that I use in many of my educational material. Okay, second, we have tambora. Tambora is like a smaller conga with two heads. Yeah, and you put them on your laps. Yeah, and you're gonna hit the tambora with the maybe a open hand. Left hand, if you're right-handed, I don't know, maybe backwards. Yeah, and then with the other one, you hold the stick. Yeah, and then you're gonna have, yeah, and then you're gonna have that pattern. Yeah, you're gonna have all those patterns, which are really cool. So let's practice. Let's practice together. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and now we're gonna take it up a notch. Yeah, we're gonna go to 248 beats per minute. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I hope that you like this Merengue Piano presentation. And I think it's time for us to say goodbye until next week. And we're gonna continue all our explorations. Yeah, so I'll see everybody next week. So thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material, and we're going to continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week, practice your instrument every day, and listen, and play lots of good music. See you next week.